Alan, I'm sorry to do this to you. It's time, Alan, for you to review Hocus Pocus 2, and I'm sorry to do this to you. The movie came in. As soon as I saw that we got it, I said I have no interest. Alan, will you do me a solid? Will you see Hocus Pocus 2? What are your thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, so I should qualify a couple things. One is I never saw the first one, and I feel like it's for the same reason it wasn't made for me. I have two women in my house, my wife and my daughter. They love the first Hocus Pocus movie. They would not see this movie with me, and for one big reason, because for them to watch this movie with me, they'd have to watch it with my email strewn right across the front of the screen. And they said they'd much rather wait until it actually comes out of Disney Plus to watch it before seeing it. So I got to see it before them. Yeah, so there's a bit of an origin story of the Sanderson sisters, but it's the story of three teenagers. And Chris, let me ask you, what word could you use to describe this group of three teenagers?
Diverse.
Diverse, that's right. But diverse except for what?
Oh, there's no white people.
No, there's no Asian in this.
There's no Asian. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there you go. I honestly I don't care, but when you go out of your way to make something diverse, and then you leave one of the diversity targets out, I have a problem. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. So if I'm understanding right, this is more or less it's definitely a sequel in the sense of Sam. I want to say Worthington. I don't know if that's his name, but Sam Richardson. He plays this guy Gilbert. He runs the Sanderson Museum. He is kind of wanting to resurrect the sisters, such as in the first film, and he does. And if I'm not mistaken, so what happens is, in order for the sisters to survive, they have to suck the souls out of virgins, and they have to do it before sunrise, or they die. And so that's essentially the plot here. They're going after our three heroines. Two of them have been dabbling in magic for a little bit, and so they've kind of been learning certain secrets about it, like salt becomes this impenetrable barrier from the witches. And so ultimately, and then the ultimate goal here, though, is they go back in time. They give us the backstory of the Sanderson sisters. The oldest one, Winifred, she was betrothed. Or no, she was forced to marry the son of the mayor. She refused, and that's how the sisters got kicked out of their community. They want to exact their revenge because the mayor's descendant, who's played by Tony Hale, is there, and they want to kill him. And so that's kind of the plot. And one of the girls is the son of Tony Hale, the daughter of Tony Hale. And so there's this wacky adventure of stopping the Sanderson sisters from doing it. And so not having seen the first one, I'll just give you my feelings. This feels very much like a Disney Channel film, but with three high-powered stars: Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker. It's, I would say that if you were a fan of the original, I think you're going to be okay with this one. Things that stuck out to me was, the sisters here are basically the Three Stooges. Sarah Jessica Parker gets slapped around quite a bit in this movie. She's kind of the klutz, the curly of the crew. And it just kind of plays out like a typical Disney story. There's not a lot of weight behind it, even though life and death is on the line, but it's told in a very tame way. And I think I would just assume that if you like the first one, that you're probably going to like this one. But ultimately, this movie's not for me. And, I appreciate certain things about it, but it's not, I'm not the target audience, and I'm not loving it the way I know a lot of people love this movie.
Well, let me just say that, Alan, no matter how good your review of Hocus Pocus 2 was going to be, I'm still never going to see this film.
Have you seen the first one?
I remember that it existed. I never saw it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't think it's for us, and I don't care. But a lot of people were excited about Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah. Excited about it coming out, and I get it. Like, there are certain it's just not for me. I have no interest in ever seeing it. So thank you for seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, I think, the witches are still evil. there's not a turn where they turn good. Well, sorry, maybe they won't turn good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, maybe they won't. You know, and there are ways to kind of progress things, but I don't think it's in a way that's gonna overly, you know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a woke movie, or an overly one where you see it kind of going in that direction.
The problem when you mention like Disney Channel movie, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's almost it's just gentrified content. It appeals to no one, and it's meant to entertain everyone, and it entertains no one. It's just it's so broad, and it's like what you would describe as milk toast. It doesn't taste like anything. There's nothing about it that's unique. It is content for content's sake. This is the kind of thing that you could describe as content.
Yeah, I mean, I think it appeals to the preteen girl audience, which is very Disney Channel. That I would say Disney Channel thrives and lives in that zone. And I can't, it's hard for me to judge it, but based on what I saw, I mean, I think they're hitting their target here.
All right, but your bottom line is no. Good.
No, but my wife and my daughter will watch it, and I'm pretty sure they'll love it.
Wait, speaking of that, did your wife drag you to Don't Worry, Darling?
No, I told her about it, and she's like, meh.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah. I saved you money.